Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Dweebs United. It's just me, so this probably won't be on long unless somebody wants to join. Again, anyone that ever wants to join is more than welcome to come and say hello. Tonight we will be talking about some news. We do have some beer. Tonight's beer is... There we go. Harmony of the World.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, I really enjoyed it.
So yeah. What's going on? Beer news to talk about. Let's go do that.
Lovely shirt you were looking for?
Let's go. Talk. No. Anyway, what do we got going on? Okay, Empty Keg Brewhouse is opening tomorrow in Merritt, BC. Tomorrow being May 8th, so today. They are founded by Kyle and Kelly Hall and is named after the fact that friends and family who sampled Kyle's homebrew commented that they were so glad that your kegs will always be empty. Oh, sorry, so good that your kegs will always be empty. Empty Keg will be opening with 8 beers: a Scottish 80 shilling, an Irish red ale with honey, a Radler, yummy, a blonde ale, a German Pilsner, a Belgian Saison, a mocha porter, and an IPA. You know what? That's what more breweries need to open up with in general. That's a great little lineup right there. That really is. They are at 2190 Vaux Street in Merritt. Open from 1 till 9, and Wednesday to Saturday, and 1 to 6 on Sunday. Alrighty, what else do we got going on? Gillingham Brewery. Gillingham Brewing is now open in Prince Edward County. So Prince Edward County has another brewery. Ontario's newest craft brewery has opened its doors in Hiller, a small community in Prince Edward County. Gillingham Brewery has been established by Christine Mitchell Gillingham and Andrew Gillingham, and was in development and construction for a year and a half before opening this past weekend. The initial pair of beers available in the tap room and bottle shop are Pale Ale 25 and a Hopped Wheat. Okay, you know what? I'd try both, but I mean, not nearly as exciting as what the other place just opened with. Not nearly as exciting at all. Odd Company Brewing is now open in Edmonton. Yeehaw! Oh, what do we got going on here? Drunken One, what's going on? I'm going to guess that's the story I'm going to be talking about very soon there, Drunken One. The one about Dogfish Head. You should join. You should come in and say hello. Odd Company Brewing, now open in Edmonton. What do they open up with? Let's see here. Saison with lime and pepper, Session IPA, Rye Pale Ale, New England IPA, Sour Saison, White Stout with coffee and cocoa, Imperial Black Ale, and a Vermont Blonde Ale. They are located at Unit 105, 12021 102 Avenue in Edmonton. They're open from 4 on Thursday and Friday, and 12 noon on Saturday and Sunday. Doesn't say when they close. Whatevs. Any more beer news right now? Not. That needs to stop starting. Wellington Brewery announces its new sampler pack and May releases. So this is their craft mixer, which will have a Helles Lager, Upside IPA, Special Pale Ale, and Kicking Box. So nothing really. May releases: Pleasant Island Hazy Pale Ale at 4.9%. Sunshine, which is the official beer of Guelph Pride. It's a blonde ale with raspberries and hibiscus. And Dinner Music Track 2, which is a Saison aged in wine, well, aged on wine lees, that was delayed from its original plan and released last month. What's going on, sir?
Yeah.
I actually thought for a second it was Berserker.
Can't fool you.
It took a second.
How you doing, Rhino?
Good. How about yourself?
Not bad. A little under the weather, but still kicking. So
Well, as long as you're still kicking, that's all that matters, sir.
yeah, got the little bit of the sniffles.
I do too. Just started a few minutes ago, though.
But I'm still sipping a beer. So
What are you sipping?
have you ever heard of Barn Cat Artisan Ales in Cambridge?
I have heard of them. I believe you brought me one of them.
Having their Glow Cloud. It's a 6.8% IPA, and I believe it's Mosaic, hopped with Mosaic.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good. Very nice.
Intriguing.
Most Barn Cat IPAs are enjoyable. Got a little howler of it. So, what about you? What are you drinking tonight? I haven't been watching, so I don't know if you talked about that or not.
Right now, I am drinking Harmony of the Worlds by Half Hours on Earth, which is
nice.
oak-aged lager.
Ash is doing a order with those guys.
Yes.
And I'm getting a few beers. I don't remember the names of them, but I don't think that's one.
I don't know if he ended up putting in the two that I asked him about earlier in the week or not. He hasn't gotten back to me, but if he did, then there's two of them for me as well.
Yeah, I picked out 4. There was a new one that came out just today. Let me look. I'm going to open up the website and see if I can find them.
All right. While you do that, there was a minor accident on Newfoundland's south coast that highlights the growing need for cell phone in rural areas. Around 3 p.m. Tuesday, the RCMP arrived at the scene of a Coors Light truck in a ditch off the highway. The front windshield was smashed and the driver was nowhere to be found. Apparently, he got out and walked off by foot to try and find cell signal to tell people he crashed. And I mean, technically, leaving the scene is illegal, but what else are you going to fucking do?
Yeah, I think you're okay in that scenario.
Wait and hope nobody jacks you for your beer?
That was a Bud truck, you said?
Coors Light.
Oh, Coors Light. Yeah. Nick just reviewed their what's that beer that's all over the hockey broadcast? The Jim Beam Budweiser.
Oh, the
copper.
Copper, whatever the fuck.
Have you had that yet?
I had it years ago when they first released it as a specialty.
Oh, I didn't.
They had 4 beers.
It was something that was out before. I thought it was.
Well, no, it was. It never got made after that until recently. But it was 4 beers that didn't have a name at the time. It was just 4 beers with numbers, and it was for their what they did was they had all their different breweries. Their brewmasters got to make one beer, and then they took the 4 best and they put it out to the public, and you got to vote on which one was going to become the next beer. And now, over time, they just started bringing them all out again because, yeah.
What? The Budweiser, the one on Jim Beam oak staves, that was out before?
Yep, but again, in a little 12-pack with 4 different beers, and again, they didn't have a name; it was just numbers. And
I thought that was Labatt that did that.
I'll have to go and find it. I have a video of the actual beer up on the channel.
Interesting. Yeah, I know not of this beer that you're talking about, or that it was out before. I have it up here. Eyes Are Mosaic.
Okay.
Eyes Are Mosaics is the new one that was released today from Half Hours on Earth, or yesterday. It's a sour session IPA with Earl Grey tea and mandarin orange. I believe that is the one. Oh no, sorry.
No, that one was
Necessary Juice
yes.
is the new one. It's a sour double IPA.
Yeah, the
Scotch
Mosaic.
peaches and Madagascar vanilla and milk sugar.
The
8.2%,
Mosaic and the
$7.25 for a can. Holy shit.
yeah, it's an expensive can.
Yeah.
That's why one of the reasons I wasn't interested in it at all was that, and the higher ABV. I'm just not drinking high ABV beers much anymore.
Yeah, I get that. I honestly, I have a lot of beers that are like stouts and stuff like that, and I would be happy to have more like 4 or 5% beers right now that are tasty. But I got a few. I got that in one can. I got there's a farmhouse pale ale that's intriguing. That was in one of the green bottles, like what you have there. And then Who Speaks for Earth, Grisette in a green bottle. And then,
that was a good one. Alicia didn't like it, but she doesn't like beer in general. But
I really enjoy that. That's what you do. Alicia didn't like it. But I find out Alicia likes it.
what's that?
I thoroughly enjoy that. That's what you like, but Alicia doesn't like it. Well, of course I don't like it. I don't like fucking beer.
You hear her chirping me back there?
you need some chirping every once in a while.
So the ones
Keep
I
me in
had
line.
before were the Mosaic and Blooming.
Mhm.
Next beer is going to be Kicking Back Session IPA from Wellington. Oh, they took it.
You just reminded me that 4-pack from Wellington that has the what's it called, raked over the
Yes.
hot, the spicy beer. I haven't actually had it because I didn't want to buy the 4-pack. But at the brewery or online orders, you can now buy 4-packs of just the spiced beer.
But then it's no different. You're still buying 4 beers, right? Like,
Well, no, I'm specifically saying it for Redbeard because he really liked that beer, and I think he bought like 3 of those 4-packs just specifically for that one beer.
really?
So I'm just saying it on here so Redbeard knows that he can now order that spicy beer, get whatever 2 4-packs, and then you don't have to buy the whatever what do they call them? The mix pack number 7 or
Yeah, the Welly reboots.
Welly reboot. Yeah, I just saw that today.
So
they're now selling it in singles or in 4-packs.
Big beer news today.
Maxwell Star hit 1,000 subs.
No, Sam Adams bought Dogfish Head for $300 million.
That's big news too.
Now, I'm actually a little surprised, to be honest, that it was only $300 million when you look at how much money was given to Lagunitas when they were bought. But $300 million is a huge number. I haven't really read through this. I don't know if Sam's staying on at all or if he's getting out completely. Really though, if you are in the brewing industry and we've talked about this before, you say your kids don't want the brewery, what are you going to do? You're going to sell it, or you're going to keep it until you die and then they sell it anyway? I mean, I'd rather just get out and have $300 million. Well, he has people that will get some of that money too, but to have millions of dollars to do whatever the fuck you want for once.
I'd get out and then start a small brewery and then just brew crazy shit. But that's just me.
Well, a lot of times, at least when a big guy buys you, I'm not saying this is what happened when Sam Adams bought him, but a lot of times you have to sign a non-competition clause, so you're not allowed to get back into the industry for X amount of years. I'm drinking some I'm drinking out of my Albino Rhino glass, my Earl's Albino Rhino glass. You know, the place that doesn't exist well, the beer that doesn't exist anymore.
That's from the States, isn't it?
No, it was out west. I think there was some in Alberta, but I think BC is where it was big.
Okay. So, did Dan send you that?
No, these glasses have been showing up all over the country. There's a guy that does a brewery trade show, and whenever I see him, he has another one of these glasses, another version of these glasses for me. So there's like 5 different versions I have. Like some of them are colored, some of them are black and white, some of them are just frosted in. Did you just change your pants?
I put my pajamas on.
You sure you weren't on video there?
Yeah, I was over there.
Okay. Okay.
I'm pretty sure your friends would have mentioned that they saw your.
My friends, it's just me and Jamie.
Well, whoever you're talking to.
There's no one to chirp you.
Really give a shit.
I'm not to the age where I really just don't care.
This is what I gotta put up with.
What?
What?
You put up with what?
What? Nothing. Love you.
So, did you get sun, or is that your wall paint
It's a bit of both.
making you?
It's a bit of both.
You have a pink hue. You're glowing, Rhino.
Yeah, it's a bit of the wall and it's a bit of the sun. So do they still almost do exclusively growler fills at Barncat, or have they started bottling and canning more often?
Honestly, I don't go that often because I'm rarely in Cambridge when they're open. So this last week, they released a beer in bottles that I wanted to buy, and pick that up. But I had to come back around 3 p.m. when they opened up, and I got a few howlers filled up, and they had a few bottles available. I think they had 4 different bottles that were mostly stouts, and then I'd have to look them up. I think they were sours. I can look them up and see what they are. But yeah, for the most part, if you're gonna go there, you're better off bringing a few growlers to fill up, because that's their best beers from the Haze Craze dudes. Those beers are usually just available in fills or whatever.
The Haze Craze, eh? The Haze Bros?
Craze dudes. The Haze Bros. Just looking them up right now, what they have available.
Have you been frequenting the co-op lately?
No.
No?
No. I again way on the other side of town. It doesn't seem like it's that far, but it's just a real pain in the butt to get over there. So I rarely go. So in bottle, they have barrel 5 and 6, whatever that means. It's a barrel aged sour ale, 500 ml bottle for $10. They have a grisette, punch and aged grisette, $12 for a 750 bottle. And then they have a saison farmhouse ale, $10 for a 750 ml bottle. And then the one that I went for was the double barrel Mother Night. It's a Ryan port barrel aged imperial stout. And I don't know if you watch Joe's channel. You ever heard of him, the Beer Patrol? He did a review, the Mother Night, the original release, and it was rye, I believe, barrel aged, and then now is the port, rye and port barrel aged. So it was basically the same beer, just aged more money kind of thing. So bought a few bottles of that. But when I went, I bought a howler of the Shadow Realm Black IPA, which it was fine, but I'm not really a black IPA guy, so didn't really enjoy it. Like it was okay, but like most black IPAs, I didn't really care for it. So you'd have to ask Guy. He'd be the guy to tell you if it was good or not.
No, I'm not a huge black IPA fan myself.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy them. And then I bought the other one was the Glow Cloud. The other things that were available when I went was there was a double IPA, which was, I don't remember what it was, but it was like 8.2% or something like that, and then some other beer. So yeah, those were the two that I picked, and I wish I would have not purchased the black IPA, picked something else up, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this Glow Cloud. It's very good. Really good beer. And I also thoroughly enjoyed the Mother Night, double barrel Mother Night. I did have one of them. And like what I usually do with a big beer like that, I opened it. I actually had it throughout the weekend. I opened it on Friday. Had a pour out of it Friday night. Same thing Saturday night. Same thing Sunday night. Over 3 nights, I had a little bit.
And it lasted all 3 nights well? Lost the carbonation or?
Yeah, it was perfectly fine. It's a big barrel aged beer, and I maybe someone that has a golden tongue like you would be able to sense the difference, but no, it tasted good.
Oh my lord, Drunken One has changed up his setup a little bit.
Hey, sweet shirt, buddy.
I have a shirt just like that, but brighter.
Oh, do you? Nice. Yeah, this is a Johnson Space Center. It's a few years old. The neck's starting to get a little worn out on it. I hate to get rid of it, though.
You two should have been on the BA 101 last night, the Spearhead Hawaiian fucking pizza beer, whatever that was that we drank.
Oh, well.
You guys would have fit right in with your Hawaiian shirts and
Right.
crazy colors. What are you drinking, Drunken One?
I am drinking a homebrewed red ale. It's like a 5.7, I want to say. I'd have to look at the notes. It's pretty tasty. It's not quite carbonated all the way yet, but it's pretty tasty.
I've noticed a very, very common denominator with Drunken One is usually he's drinking a beer that's not quite carbonated yet.
Yeah, it really is. I had to wait a whole week and a half for it to get done.
Were you the kid that like unwrapped his Christmas presents? Like you were looking in the closets and
that's me. Hell yeah!
Just can't wait.
Can't wait. Yeah, I can't be patient.
Yeah,
I've got some store-bought beers. I just hate to get into them.
So you did share a news story today. Was it the? I haven't clicked that yet. Was it the Dogfish Head story?
Yes, sir.
What's your thoughts on the Dogfish Head sale?
As long as they don't change the recipe, I don't care. Right? I mean, it's all going to be AB InBev, inevitably. But
I don't foresee Sam Adams doing much. I'm guessing they just wanted another actual facility that they can brew at.
Oh, you said it was something like $30 million or $300 million or something.
$300 million.
Yeah, that's insane. I can't fathom $300 million.
No, but again, like
I'd happily take just one of those.
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, as long as they don't change the recipe, I don't care. Whatever. Just somebody else is getting the money for it. One more reason to homebrew.
Yep. But I mean, Sam Adams. Well, technically, they wouldn't be a craft brewery anymore because they'd go above that line again.
Oh yeah, but they'll change the requirements.
They'll change it again just for them. Yeah. Sooner or later, Sam Adams is going to get so large they're brewing at the same capacity as like Molson, and Molson will become a craft brewery because of that.
I see. Right.
They'll just slide in there. They'll be like, "Hey."
Yeah, I mean, what would it make a difference if you were, okay, why do they keep changing the thing? What's that all about? I know that they keep changing it to where they're still considered a craft brewery, but what's that make a difference? I mean, really, am I missing something?
Really, all they're doing is every time Sam Adams gets too big, They just raise the amount of hectoliters a craft brewery is allowed to make.
Right. But what's it make
It just lets them. It just lets them stay part of the Craft Brewers Alliance and everything else.
Oh, okay. Copy that. I get it now. Right.
Yeah. So in my mind, one day it'll just be Coors coming in and going, "Hi guys, we want to be part of your alliance."
Imagine that.
Options. I was curious if you brow yourself. Well, who knows what brow yourself means?
Mm-hmm.
Like I have eyebrows. They're there. I'm just pinkish today. More pinkish than usual.
I was gonna say, what's the difference?
Yeah, I've been out in the sun for a few days now. I'm a little burnt. I've been putting on sunscreen, but it doesn't matter as an albino, right? I can reapply it like 16 times in a day, and I'm still.
Sorry. Fine in the chat. I saw it's fine in the chat. There was a bit of a reverb there. Oh, look like the chat's moving so fast. Where is everybody?
Oh, there's five viewers apparently, but nobody's talking. Nobody's talking at all. Beer news is over, other than the Sam Adams thing, and I mean, there's not much to even talk about that. If Sam wanted money, Sam got his money. He didn't sell out to the big guys. He probably could have gotten more money selling out to the big guys.
Hell yeah!
It's funny that you're still that you say big guys and you're not talking about Sam Adams, which is probably the U.S.'s biggest like brewery, other than like Anheuser-Busch and Molson Coors and all that. Maybe Stone. Maybe Stone's bigger.
Oh hell, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Next beer is from Breakwall. It's a stout. It's Hopkins Tomb. Boom, 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 boom.
All right. Hell yeah. Never heard of that one.
This is probably my favorite Breakwall beer, to be honest. Breakwall is out of Port Colborne, right down by the by the Breakwall, basically. So right down in the dock area.
I tried KBS for the first time yesterday.
And how was that, sir?
It was all right. Maybe I got the baby palate because it was just a little overwhelming to me. I liked it, but yeah, I was doing good to finish the second one. It's just too much.
Hey, Drunken One, I caught the tail end of that. Was that CBS or KBS that you got?
KBS.
Yeah, first time trying it.
Yeah. I had never tried it. I was on they had a little hangout where they had people on there. Everybody had the KBS, and yeah, it's the first time I tried it. It's just a little much, It's not something you could drink all day for sure.
No.
Maybe after dinner, right before bed, or something like that. But
I love it though. It's such a good beer.
It really is. Yeah, it's pretty tasty.
The last time I had any of the breakfast stouts, it was CBS, and it was on a GSHL TV feed, and I chugged it down in front of all of his buddies, and they're like, "You just chugged that?" I'm like, yeah. So Options asked how many beers it takes for you to get buzzed. I'll ask each one of you guys too, but I don't know. Before my meds, it was a lot. Now it's like three or four, and I'm there.
Yeah, nice.
The meds really get me going faster. How about yourself, Drunken One?
Well, it obviously depends on what kind of beer. That Voodoo Ranger, the Imperial one, that 9%. Yeah, if I drink a 6-pack of them, I'm not trash, but I got a pretty good buzz on it. So, but I mean, then again, if it's Founders All Day IPA, yeah, I could probably drink a whole 12-pack of that shit. So.
Yeah, I used to be able to do that type of stuff without feeling anything. I can't anymore.
Right? Yeah, it depends on the beer for sure.
And you, Jamie?
Oh, I'm lightweight, like whatever, 3-4 beers, I'd be feeling it for sure. or something that's more percent like that. What I said with that big stout beer or whatever. That's why I only drink a little pour of it, and then even if I'm going to have more beer, then it might be like a Coors Light or something like that. Like I would not drink a big one of those 12% stouts, like a big 500 milliliter bottle of that, or else I'd be shittered. So yeah, couple beers, 2-3. I'm a lightweight, so.
Yeah, well, Paul, I've seen that fool drink 3 big old bottles of those big high ABV beers.
Yeah, no, I would.
That would be trash.
Yeah, and I would feel like utter death in the morning. So.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, like Paul, I used to drink gigantic bottles of high ABV beer and not feel it at all. And then I stopped drinking for that almost year while I was getting myself back onto Kilter. And I lost a lot of my alcohol tolerance then, but it was still pretty damn high compared to a lot of people. And then I got the new med, and yeah, I'm like Jamie now. I'm a lightweight.
Well, that's good.
Like one or two beers, and I can start feeling it now. I'm not drunk until about 5 or 6, maybe 7, but 1 or 2 beers, and I know I've been drinking.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I'm like that. Like I can definitely feel it after 2.
Sounds like you're saving money. Sounds like a good thing. I wish my tolerance was lower.
What do we have on here? Have any of you tried a marijuana pale ale or hemp marijuana IPA or hemp IPA? Actually, one of my buddies makes marijuana beer here in the region I'm in, and he has a pale ale, a light, a double pale, and a porter. And other than the light, they all taste pretty good. The original recipe was the double originally had something like 30 or 40 milligrams of THC from the White Queen strain, which is apparently one of the most psychedelic strains. And that's when she told me I wasn't allowed to drink it anymore because I had some, and it was a bad time for both of us. I remember going upstairs to go to the washroom, and I laid down on the floor and thought I was dying. Then again, that was the double pale. The porter tastes really good. The regular pale tastes okay. The light, not so good. The light doesn't hide the flavor at all. I don't know what he's doing, but I found him a few customers. I really... THC doesn't mix with me very well, shall we say. Not very well at all. And I still try it because I'm stupid, but
right?
it does not do good things to me.
Yeah, I guess something that I've had kind of like that is that Hemperor beer. And it is all right.
Yes. See, we had a lot of hemp beers before. We had Buzz hemp lager was horrible, but it was there. Dan sent me a hemp pale ale from Wild Rose, I believe it was. Like I've had a lot of hemp beers come through the place, and hemp beers usually get me angry because they always have the fucking pot leaf on it, and they're trying to pander to a generation, and they're like, look, it's a pot beer. It's not. It's a hemp beer. I'm drinking a fucking rope. Like I'm drinking a rope.
Right.
But the pot beer craze that's starting to happen now is kind of scary when you think about it, because nobody, unless you're an avid smoker, you don't know what this stuff's going to do to you to begin with, because everybody's different. And then you mix it with alcohol and you're stupid and you drink it because the thing with edibles is they're weird. They hit you a different way from what I've been told by everybody that's a big smoker. And a buddy of mine always comes down for the festival. And last year he hit me up with it too. He came down for the festival. He had all these gummy bears, and these gummy bears were like huge amounts of THC in them. And he's like, "Hey, Chad, you want a gummy bear?" I'm like, "Sure." Eat a gummy bear, right? He asked me about 10 minutes later. He's like, "You feel anything?" I go, "No." He goes, "You want another gummy bear?" I go, "Yeah, sure." He did. The next day, I don't even remember going to breakfast with them. Apparently, it takes like 45 minutes to hit your system.
Oh, right.
And he thought it was funny to do this.
You're taking a double dose.
Oh, yeah.
With no tolerance.
I would be in another world if someone did that to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I I don't do that at all. So I have zero tolerance for it.
Right.
Last
like I said, I didn't do it at all either. It was just
yeah. Yeah, last year, someone said, "Hey, do you want one of these gummy things or whatever?" And I was like, "No, I definitely don't, because I have no idea what it'll do to me. I have nothing against it. Go nuts, but it just probably would not do good things to me." So yeah, I would not take it. And if I was dosed, I'd probably be in a shitty place for a day and a half.
All right. Find yourself drooling on the couch,
Pretty much, yeah, exactly.
watching cartoons.
Dumber than I am already.
oh yeah, like I said, like every festival we go out for breakfast afterwards, like the next day, and I don't remember going to breakfast. It apparently took them over an hour to get me out of bed.
Nice.
And I remember nothing of breakfast. I apparently paid for breakfast.
Oh, right.
I don't remember going. I don't remember saying bye to them. I just remember them not being there anymore. And these are guys from back home, right? So like 6 hours north. And I'm like, well, northeast. And I'm like, I didn't say bye to you guys. They're like, oh no, you said bye to us. Don't you worry.
Right.
I don't remember this at all.
Had everybody in a headlock giving them a noogie, you know. Oh man, I love you.
Yeah, it apparently was stuff like that. Not the noogie part, but the oh guys, I love you.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's the date today?
5/9.
The 9th?
The 9th. So, that means I have 16.
Sorry, I'm eating pretzels. I hope they're not too loud. Sorry to interrupt. Go on, Rhino. Go on.
Okay, Ashley. Okay. And so I have 16 days left until I'm married again.
Oh, sweet.
You looked over your shoulder.
Yeah, you did.
Is this a known thing?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Have any of you been to Oktoberfest? Are we talking about like in Germany?
Are you saying I can't tag her in a Facebook post?
No, I would appreciate you didn't do that.
Okay, I'm just checking.
He doesn't even have pretzels. It's a fucking piece of paper. That's what he's doing.
No, it actually is pretzels. Oh. Pretzel.
Oh my god, it is pretzels. Rolled gold?
There you go.
Of course.
Good eye.
Teku Murray said he couldn't see the label. This is the label. Hopkins Tomb, Teku. So yeah, if you're talking about in Germany, no. But I have been to Oktoberfest in Waterloo, Cambridge Waterloo, which is apparently the biggest Oktoberfest in North America.
Where's this? Kitchener where?
Kitchener Waterloo?
They have Oktoberfest there?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
You've never heard of that?
Yes, I've heard of that.
Of course you have, you fucking idiot.
I live here.
I live in Welland, and I haven't heard of a lot of things that happen here. What are you even watching over there?
Uh-oh.
She can't even hear me. I'm going to have to throw something at her. Should I throw this? Should this be what I throw?
Double dog dare you.
We're gonna hear Rhino get beat up on
Right. Live on the stream.
Sorry.
What do you want?
What are you watching?
90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
Go back to your friends. You don't want to talk to me earlier.
What's that?
You talked to me earlier. So go back to your friends.
She's watching 90 Day Fiance, apparently. It's a good thing. If I need them, I have more. Once Nick gets here, I might go upstairs and get another beer. Because I'm out of just drinking beers down here. There's no more just drinking beers.
What's this? You're out of just drinking beers?
Yes.
What other kind of beers are there?
Review beers.
Right.
There's review beers and there's drinking beers.
Well, you can crack open a beer, have half of it, and then save that half, and then
Well, that's what I do, right? Most of the
and
beers
then start your review with the beer half drank,
when you came
And
in
then
and you asked me about this,
and then have all these tasting notes that just you act like you've never tasted the beer before.
oh, so you're telling me to be like a lot of the guys that do beer reviews nowadays?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ashley Sexton.
Like this, when you asked me about this, I had reviewed this before we came online. I had pulled out like 8 beers. I'm getting to the point where I'm dumping a bunch of beer right now because a lot of it's over a year old, and it's like IPAs and stuff. Well, things happened, right? Like I had there was things that happened, so I'm almost getting rid of a lot of the older stuff just to start fresh and go from there. But when for a long time I was drinking beers just on my own, and I try not to drink very heavily, right? So it would be like review 1 or 2 a day, and because nobody would come over to review, so you couldn't do a batch review. And then Alicia started trying them with me. She hates beer, but she started trying them with me just to see. We found out that she likes lagers, she likes wheat beers, and she likes like all the genres of wheat beers, usually a Berliner Weiss and a Goza and all that other thing she likes. Like we did a review a few days ago. We did it in the bed, and somebody was like, "Did you click on this thinking it was going to be porn?" And I'm like, nobody wants to see that. But it was for a Goza, and she actually quite enjoyed it. Like she gave it over a 5. She gave it a 6, and usually her ratings is like between a 1 and a 3. So even when she gives a 4, I'm like, oh my god, she liked it.
Right? Yeah. Just give it a 6, huh? Nice.
What do we have here? Options
Well,
asked. Have you ever been?
Gahan Blueberry Wheat is available on the LCBO.
I've had that before. That's a thing, right? Like
I have a can of it. You said you've had it before from the LCBO?
Not from the LCBO. No, it was sent to me. It was sent to me by either Nick or Lee. I don't remember who.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say. I haven't had it yet, so I don't know if it's good, but that might be one that she would like.
What do we have here? Options asked if you've ever been in a pissing match with a Sasquatch and who would win. I was in a pissing match with the person we call Sasquatch, and I won. But if it was a real Sasquatch, the Sasquatch would win. Nicholas, what's going on?
Hey, not too much. What's new? What's going on?
Nothing at all, sir.
Hey, drunken one. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, how are you?
He's here. Not too bad. Long time no see, Jamie.
Boy?
Yeah, it's been 20 some odd hours since I've talked to you, Nick.
Yeah, no, it seems like forever. All right, I am drinking a Kavik Brewing from Dieppe, New Brunswick, Foxtrot 33 Oatmeal Stout.
That sounds like something amazing.
Yay! It's not really. To quote our favorite Sasquatch friend, it's a little thin.
Oh, that was the other style Alicia seems to like is stouts. Stouts and wheat beers seem to be what she likes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's actually oatmeal stout, cocoa, and vanilla added. But, yeah, it's a very thin body on it, so it's kind of dirty ashtray kind of tasting.
What's your top 3 Asian beers? Asked by Options. Top 3 Asian beers.
I don't know if I've had more than 3 Asian beers.
I've had a bunch of them, but what would be my top? Probably Height from Korea. Height from Korea. Sapporo, though to be honest, the Sapporo I enjoy is not the one brewed in Japan. The one
Lion Stout.
Lion Stout isn't that
from Singapore or something?
I can't remember where Lion Stout came from. I think it might be an Asian nation, just not one that you would normally think as an Asian nation.
Yeah, Ceylon, Sri Lanka, the Sri Lankan beer.
Yeah, I mean it's good, but I think I would say height. Yeah, height. The Sapporo, but again, I'm cheating because that's the one brewed here, not the one brewed there. And I don't know what I would do my third one as.
I'm trying to remember beers from Asia that I've actually had. I remember Sapporo being pretty damn good before it was brewed here. Back when they had the big clubbing baby seals cans.
No, those are from here.
Are they? Because they're
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, you get those. Those are what you get whenever you buy the. If you get cans, there's still two types of cans that show up every once in a while. The regular cans are coming from Japan, and the corrugated cans that I can stand on, or you can make the bag of derp cry because he hit himself in the head too many times with it. Those are from here in Ontario. Anyone else have an Asian beer that was their favorite? Pearl River wasn't bad. Oh God, look who's here!
Yui, Lucky Buddha Lager.
Oh, that was a good one only because of the bottle.
Yeah,
it was a
that
little Buddha. It was a green little Buddha. So yeah, Lucky Buddha.
Yeah, it had there. Yeah, it had that stupid Buddha bottle lager like that.
Yep.
Yeah, this one. If you were shut up,
That was
shut up, you were.
that was available often. The Lucky
There you
Buddha,
go.
and then all of a sudden it disappeared before I actually got a chance to buy it.
Well, actually, Chad, you sent me one of the Lucky Buddhas. That's how I got it.
This halftime is presented by Toyota. Let's go.
What the fuck is he doing? Oh, you remember Tiger Lager? That stuff is hot garbage.
What are you watching, Ewart? Yeah, I muted you.
He's
Basketball
gonna
game. What? I wasn't muted already? Oh, shoot, sorry.
Yeah, you unmuted yourself and then kept playing. Tiger beer, remember that? That was hot garbage.
Yes, Tiger.
And, Kingfisher.
Kingfisher's from India. It smells like a skunk's ass,
Ew.
and I get a lot of Indian nationals angry at me with that. They're like, "You don't know anything about beer." But it's a green bottle, and it was shipped on a boat here, and then it sits in a window. What do you think it's going to smell like? It smells like a skunk's ass.
Chad, don't be racist.
Yeah, racist.
So
Yes.
is Mushroom Cat some fucking hazy IPA that I don't know about?
Yes. New Barn Cat release.
Mushroom Cat.
Fungal cats.
Mushroom
Yeah,
cat.
fungal cat.
And mushroom cat on the magic carpet.
Exactly.
I'm really sure that Ewart actually changes his avatar more than anyone here.
Every hangout. No, I googled stoner cat, and that's what I found.
Jeez.
Wow.
That mushrooms coming out of the head.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I remember having Bell Bird from India. It was like a what do you call it? A malt liquor from India.
There was two students. There was two students at the Project Brew who were from. One was from China. One was from Vietnam, and they were both here to learn their craft, and they were going back home. And they both made rice lagers, and they both were really good rice lagers.
Oh yeah.
Actually, those when I post them, that's one of the two beers Alicia liked at the Project Brew we just went to in April.
Oh, cool. Good morning, Ewart.
Huh?
It's past Ewart's bedtime.
That's past Jamie's bedtime.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember Lion Stout being pretty friggin' tasty though. It's been years since I've had it, but I think it's also called Sinha Stout somewhere. In other places.
It's been here in Ontario as both.
I think I had it as Sinha when I did my review of it. I have to take a look at it. But I put Lion Stout in the title so people would know what it was.
So, Drunken One, are you coming up to the Albino Rhino Beer Festival?
Come on, Drunken One.
No.
Do it.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a hop, skip, and jump away. Huh? No, I'd love to. Yeah, that I can't see
But
myself being there though.
excuses.
I know, right? Right? Yeah, just a plane trip away, right?
Yep.
Easy enough.
No, you got a sweet truck.
Ah,
Hop in it right now. Drive.
Yeah, right. It's only
Tell the wife you'll be home in a month.
2,000 miles or so, right? Not too far away.
Pick Paul up on the way.
Oh, Paul.
Hell yeah.
Drunken One, what state are you in?
Texas.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm just north of Houston, so I'm way down here.
Holy shit, fuck all that, man. That's too far.
I know, right? It's a long way.
Yep.
That's on the West Coast, right?
South Central. Like
I'm just joking.
all right.
This guy's
I heard-
he's closer to Rio de Janeiro than he is to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, exactly. Closer to Mexico than anything.
Options has now asked what your top 3 Mexican beers are.
There is a nice highway right between Dallas and Detroit. You can come straight up.
Yeah, it sure is.
Just take a-
I-45.
Yeah.
I-45 will take you all the way.
Top 3
That
Mexican
sounds
beers.
like a good time.
Cratch in the Shit Bucket Manor. There's room for you, buddy.
Always room.
beers.
Be cool to see it.
Sol, Pacifica Clara, and Corona Familiar.
No Modelo?
No, I'm not a big
Yo,
Modelo
Modelo.
fan.
Modelo, Soul, and Victoria. Remember Victoria being pretty tasty.
Yeah.
I forget what other Mexican beers I've had.
Tecate.
Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
Playing.
Nice.
What are you guys talking
Alright.
about?
Cinco de Mayo.
Victoria?
Options asked us what our top 3 Mexican beers
Drinko de Mayo.
Drinking them.
Yeah, my buddy Heist Almighty brought me back a can of Victoria. It's a Vienna lager from Mexico.
Mhm.
I think it's made by Moctezuma. The guys, I think that's the same people
Oh,
who do
you know,
Soul.
Dos Equis. Dos Equis is a good one.
Yeah, Dos Equis, yeah.
I think I had Dos Equis Amber once, but I can't remember.
Dos Equis Amber is okay as well, but Dos Equis Original is the better of the two. However, Dos Equis has not been as good since the Dos Equis commercials no longer exist with that guy.
Yeah, my buddy.
I don't drink often, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis.
Grupo Modelo
Yeah,
mix.
that guy.
Okay,
That
so it's
guy right
Modelo that makes Victoria.
Yeah, Cerveza Modelo, Mexico.
Has anyone tried the Tom Green beer? Which one of the Tom Green beers? The original Tom Green beer, the spring stout, the cherry stout. Because I've had all 3 of those. I think he's done a few others with them too.
I think so.
I actually was in the Tom Green episode because I was on the bus the Sticky Whiskey Buttons bus.
Nice.
Back when he did it in Ottawa, he wasn't. I don't think he was as funny when he went to MTV and started doing his stuff in New York. But I think that's partially because the Americans didn't take his humor quite as well as we did.
Yeah, to be honest, his humor kind of wore off fast too.
Yeah, well, that's a thing too, right? Like living in Ottawa, it was hysterical when he painted his parents' house plaid. It was hysterical when the lesbian mobile was there, but it does wear on you, especially if you go and watch the stuff again as an older person. It's not nearly as funny as it was. Drunken One, you're in charge while I go get another beer.
Oh, hell.
Oh, we're all fucked now.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, I was trying to think what other beers are there from Mexico, like actual Mexican beers. Other than
Right,
Corona.
Modelo, Corona, Victoria. There's more.
Indio. Okay, I had Indio once.
Yeah, there's others. I can't think of them though.
I've had Indio and I had Victoria. Actually, I think I brought Indio up and had it with Chad.
There you go.
Trying to find out what else they make. I'm pretty sure they got a burgeoning craft beer scene down there too. Modelo. I'd love to try Negro Modelo at some point.
Oh, you never tried it? The Modelo Negra?
No, I haven't.
Nick, would you call it, Nick? What the hell?
Negro Modelo?
Okay.
What were you thinking I was saying, Greg?
No.
I'm glad Greg's not here. He'd take it the wrong way.
It's actually what you said. You said it very quickly, and you mumbled it.
Try not to draw attention to me saying it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else is there?
The dark lager is all.
Yeah. Negra Modelo.
Yeah, Negra.
That's it.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
We're all familiar.
Beers. It's Modelo Negra. It's like a black lager, like a Mexican lager.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Y'all don't get that up there? I mean, hell, it's at every gas station down here.
Mm.
Of course, we got a lot of Spanish folks here too, so
You're
something to do with it.
You're also pretty close to the border too. Wow,
Yeah,
compared to us, you know.
Right,
You're Canadian. Really, you think there'd be more ice beers in Canada? Of course, there are ice beers in Canada. I'm just saying.
No, you don't want any more ice beers in Canada. Fuck
yeah.
Your audio's crap.
All right, audio and crap.
That's because I just turned my camera back on.
Huh.
It should get better as we sit here.
Yeah. Do you get Negro Modelo in Ontario?
We did, yeah.
You used to, not anymore.
I don't know if we still do or not. It's been a while since I've been.
We do. I saw it the other day.
We're at LCBO or beer store.
LCBO.
I'm drinking Joe's favorite beer. Oh yeah,
Mash Paddle Dutchman's Alt. The Dutch rudder of beers.
Oh yeah.
So Chad, have you had a chance to try the new Budweiser Jim Beam one?
Not as that, no. We were just talking about that earlier. I've had it when it was a number, when it was like Bud batch number, blah 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 blah, blah years and years ago.
It's all right. Tastes like the original Budweiser with a shot of bourbon in it, or whiskey, or whatever the hell it is. It's got you can taste the wood flavor to it. You can taste that barrel. It's all right.
Oh, that's what I had. I had a Cerveza Cucapa something. There, the craft brewery from Mexico. I knew that I've had something that was like craft brewed from Mexico. I had one of these, and I think it might have been the Classica, which is like a.
Huh.
Yeah.
Never seen that before, ever.
Yeah, well, a buddy of mine went down to Mexico and he brought us a bunch of stuff back, but it's not like they had a big craft beer scene there. It's just.
Right.
Oh. I wonder, does anybody think we sold any tickets today?
Should sell some tickets. I still need to get my ticket. I'll probably get it when I'm there, or somebody will buy one for me and I'll pay him back.
Oh, I'm not even. I'm just checking if we actually sold any online today.
Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't actually remember if I've purchased tickets this year or not. I don't think
we sold 5 tickets today. 5 tickets sold today.
Yeah, something.
Pretty sure I have not purchased tickets.
Usually, you sell.
I can actually check that, Jamie.
I don't think I have. I'll buy Paul's ticket. He's driving all the way up here, so I'll buy his ticket too. I'll buy 2. This can be the telethon right now. I'll give you the money for 2 tickets.
Do you hate charity, bro?
Brah.
What was that on Instagram? I put that.
Yes. Yeah. You don't hate charity, do you?
I don't know. Is charity hot? Yeah, there you go. So Kukapa Classica. That's what I thought it was. Review number 647.
We were actually, I actually didn't start watching Letterkenny until I was with Alicia, and we just watched the new season and the season before that. So we got to see the Dick slip out, and there was Charity Dick and Chastity Dick, and Noah Dick and Anita Dick.
No, you're a dick.
Just wait, Nicholas. Just wait. Well, she's fully enthralled in that show over there, and is not paying attention at all. So hey, yeah, 1 p.m. 1 p.m. is when you want to be there by.
Shh. Shh. All right. He's back.
I can't believe I'm willing to do this again.
What's that?
The marriage thing.
Well, you seem a little bit happier than you were last time.
Options asked, do you prefer cans or bottles? Cans all the way. Keeps the beer fresher longer, easier to transport, lighter, doesn't break in my luggage. Not that I actually go anywhere, but easier to ship across the country.
Yeah.
What's bigger in the U.S.? Is it cans or bottles?
Probably cans, I'd imagine. I think a lot of the craft breweries have went to where they're doing more stuff in cans. Cans are recyclable. That makes them better.
Well, bottles are recyclable too.
Yeah, they're hard to eat. There's no recycling down here like that I know of anyway. I think maybe if you live in the city. But
Yeah, you guys are different than us, right? Like we just bring everything back to the beer store, or what I do is I throw everything into the fucking into my recycling bin. I don't care about getting that. Tom Green has more than one beer chugs. He does them with Bose Brewing Company in Van Cleet Hill, Ontario. I think he has 3 or 4 of them now.
There's Tom Green beer, Tom Green cherry milk stout, Tom Green summer stout,
summer stout.
barrel aged Tom Green.
That's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? A summer stout. I think of summer, I don't think of a stout necessarily.
Well, it's basically the name of Bose milk stout. Oh, the summer stout was a white stout.
The Tom Green milk stout, yeah, the cherry milk stout, the summer beer. I think the summer beer was the white one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I didn't have that one. I tried the other two though. I had the original and I had the cherry, and I think both times it was at your fest.
The cherry was the worst. I actually like the summer the best, and
the summer was a good one.
Yeah, the original I liked as well.
Actually, if you look up the Tom Green beer Bose, my video is one of the 3 videos that show up at the beginning. But that was the original one. But I mean, the only thing I can say about the Tom Green stuff is the summer. I think the summer one was the only one that was what I would expect from a Tom Green beer. It was in your face, and none of the other Tom Green beers really were. They were all just, "Hey, I'm a beer."
Yeah, the milk stout was the cherry one was kind of boring. What the hell said I had that? It's not a review.
What the heck is you doing?
I'm masturbating.
Watching basketball.
1 second, I just got to respond to this here text,
Masturbating.
and I'm back 100%.
Oh, thank God. Can't have chat at 95%. 100% of best.
Maybe I did the Tom Green beers, that big super cut that I made. I don't think I wrote down the big super cut that I did back in 2017 when I was at the fest, because I just balled all the videos that I did at the 2017 Rhino Fest into one big review, one big video, because I don't know. I recorded an entire trip video for that trip, but it wasn't really. Chad was going through a rough time, so I didn't really want to post it.
Oh, you could have posted it. I wouldn't have cared.
Well, you wouldn't know. Yeah, I had the Raspberry Uber Black Swan Nitro Porter featuring Joe.
I found all the videos that we recorded when we went to Toronto when she just kept calling me to harass me. But
that fucking cunt really ruined that trip for us.
I didn't edit any of them because they weren't.
Nick turns it up to 11 here. Jeez.
Right? Yeah, don't hold back. What's on your mind?
What, you don't like her, do you?
Nick, I think that backlight there is really getting you hot there, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Make it sound like it's the light the lamp they have over the fries and
All right, click.
keeping it warm. No, I mean that was my first ever time getting down to downtown Toronto. I was excited about that, and yet this cunt was texting Chad just to hurt him, telling him for the first time that she had enrolled their kids into a different school without him knowing. So it's just like, holy fuck, you fucking cunt.
Yeah,
You're doing
vindictive.
this right now.
Mm-mm.
You guys see the new Marvel movie?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
Me neither.
Spoilers.
one?
No interest.
Captain Marvel?
I'm interested. I just haven't seen all the other 22 movies.
The funny thing is, I don't even know if that's a troll comment because I don't know the Marvel universe. I don't know if that's is that a thing, Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Captain Marvel is a Marvel movie.
Okay. Well, it's kind of like yesterday where I made a comment about an 18-sided die, and Nick was like, "Oh no, it's a D20." It's like, oh my god, I don't know all this nerd shit.
Well, there's a D12 too.
D12, the
D12,
band.
purple pills.
Well, what is it? There's a D5, which is horrendous. No, D4, sorry, which is horrendous if you ever step on it.
Oh, yeah.
Horrendous.
Oh shit! If you're talking about D&D dice, I've got a set over here.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I think there might be an 18-sided.
Nick's pulling out Gay Garfield right now.
Fuck off. There. Dice. So, what do we got in here? We have...
Hold on, let me stop you right there, Nick. No one really cares.
I know you don't. Where is it? Trying to find the 20. It never gets rolled. So there's the D20.
This is riveting YouTube.
That's the famous D4 that Chad hates. Because, yeah, it's a fucking pyramid.
I've stepped on that before.
Yeah. There's a D8.
Not nearly as bad as the D4.
Yeah, imagine that.
A D10, which is still not as bad as the D4. A D12.
The only thing worse than a D4 is a fucking piece of Lego.
D12. Another D10, except for I got a D10 with percentages and D10 with just numbers and set. And of course, a D6, which is your standard die, and that's my D12 again. Shit. Yeah, but this thing is a fucking bitch to step on because it's just a fucking solid point.
I'm imagining you were as a teenager with acne playing this, listening to Rush.
You got 1/3 of that right. I would play with the dice. I didn't listen to Rush when I was in high school. And I didn't have acne. Not bad acne, but I would call it acne. But thanks for imagining that or painting that picture. I didn't get into Russian until actually late university.
Oh yeah.
It's the 1980s then.
No,
Bazinga. Is that
I heard.
Oh,
is Mushroom Cat? Is that a Rush album cover that you have there?
no. This is like fucking Sigaros. The hell do you pronounce that band? That's their album.
Rose or something. It's an
Yeah.
Icelandic post-rock band.
Yeah, exactly.
Seeger. What? You kind of cut out there. See.
Sigaros.
Who?
Fucking goddamn it! Jesus, goddamn it!
How many of you have heard of Kenny versus Spenny?
I've seen Kenny versus Spenny live. I'm a huge fan.
I've never seen anything of theirs.
What do you've not lived a full life, man?
Hey, I just watched Letter Kenny for the first time.
Well, they suck. Kenny versus Spenny is like you can go back and watch all their old shit. It is hilarious. Anybody else watch that shit, Nick?
Alicia?
What's
No.
the other? What was there's Seeger Roast and there's another big Icelandic act that's not Bjork. I'm trying to
I don't
remember.
know.
How many
I
more
think-
of these do I have to throw at her?
Several.
Oh, she yelled at me last time. Hey, Nick, do you have any bottle caps?
Do I have any bottle caps? Why? Oh, there's the Monsters and Men. They're from Iceland, apparently.
Are they really?
I'm gonna list of bands from Iceland. There's a band called ADHD.
No.
Are they really? So yeah, Monsters and Men are Icelandic. Cool. That's not who I don't think that was who I was thinking of. Maybe
No,
it was-
the reason I ask about bottle caps is I need crowns with images on them because I'm making a table that's all crowns.
Yeah. Well, I do, but I mean, I don't really have any extra room in my suitcase to bring them up. I suppose I could get rid of them. I don't need them. I got a thing of bottle caps that have old bottle caps from when I first started my channel. I always wanted to do something with them, but
That's the thing, right? When I moved, I got rid of everything, and now I need hundreds of them to fucking do this tabletop. And I don't drink like I used to, so I don't have any. Because I had giant buckets of it, and I made a call out for them, and Brad brought me thousands of them, but none of them have graphics, right? So I have thousands of gold and fucking black bottle cap.
Yeah, that's
Bottle
not
crown.
fun. We're gonna put them in some kind of epoxy or something.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to first do a layer of basically cement, but not cement, right? I'm going to do yeah. So put that down, put them all in it. Then I'm going to grout between them all, and then I'm going to epoxy over top.
Okay. Awesome.
I already have the bag of grout. I already have the bag of basically tile cement.
Mhm.
And I need to get another thing of epoxy because I just used the epoxy to do a tabletop for my brother-in-law.
I've seen that though, where they just epoxy right over the caps and in between
Yep.
the caps. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm not sure you need to do all the grout. That seems like a lot of extra work.
I only
Yeah.
want to do the grouting just to get a different color in there, right? Like I want to use black or gray grout just to fill in the gaps. I need the grout anyway for another project I'm doing, and I only need a certain amount of it. And once you open the bag, the grout's garbage. So I've basically decided to do the two of them at once.
Yeah.
Because I only need the smallest amount of grout, but So I'm still throwing grout out at the end of it, but I'm like, you know what? At least this way I've used more of the bag.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, make the best of it. So is that table going to be?
And grout costs a lot less than epoxy.
So that table will be at your house?
I am grout.
Yes, it'll
I
be
am
here
Groot.
at the house. It'll be staying here. It's one of the ones that's staying here. I actually have a new table that's going to be outside, and it's too bad. We should try and get something. Nick, when do you get to Niagara?
The Thursday, the 24th, I think. Is it
And
24th?
what are you doing on the Thursday?
I honestly, the Thursday is 23rd. I don't know. It all depends on what time me and Redbeard get into town. And I'd love to meet up with you and do something. I know Chris was thinking maybe going across to the States, though, that Thursday night when I get in. Why? What are you thinking?
I was just gonna say I have one of my 5.5-foot tables coming tomorrow, and I'm gonna have it set up in the backyard soon. And it's gonna be the new review table. It's where I do all my reviews, and it would be great to have some of the guys there. You know how I used to have that like oval table in the basement?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same type of thing, but it's a 5.5-foot spool that's gonna be out in the backyard.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would imagine like Redbeard and Ash would be in on something like that. So if I end up there, that'd be awesome. I mean, especially if I'm coming in on Thursday, and I'm only going to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, and of course, you're usually busy on the Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm SOL on the Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't exist. I have no life.
All right, chasing your tail.
Yeah, no, like the Friday, actually this year I have a lot more done, but I still can't really do anything on the Friday, right? Like usually I'm putting tickets in glassware and all that's done.
Nice.
I got bored one night. I got angry, and then I've been off for a while from my job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I took one night and I just did all the fucking glassware. And then Alicia came back and she started helping me with it too, and we got them all done and they're all ready. Doyle's coming this year, who you haven't met yet, but he's one of the other guys he's from when I lived in Ottawa. So, and he's coming down with the Armprior boys, so I don't know if he's going to be alive by the time he gets down here.
Nice.
Because, the Armprior boys are a different breed.
Well, as of right now, I don't really have any solid plan on what's going on, and I'm thinking like, as much as like I'd like to go over to the States but I mean, if I'm going to be hanging out with Redbeard, spending that much time with him, I don't want to just dump him and leave him to go across the border with Chris as soon as I get there, and leave him dry. So I don't know. I'll have to see what I do. If you're thinking of doing like reviews on the Thursday, that'd be awesome.
I actually have the newest sales rep from Cameron's coming here Saturday. He wants to come and chat, so we'll do a little interview with him too.
On Saturday, like at the
well, no, like this Saturday. So I'm
this
going to
Saturday.
do a little review with him. It's intriguing. Like I don't do reviews much anymore. Like I said, I've started dumping a bunch of beers. I'm trying to just catch up.
You're starting to turn into me.
Well, you know what happened, right? Like the last 2 years have been a weird time in my life, and it's happened. And
dude, I visited you like a week and a half after your wife left.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's been a weird time. I've been trying to get through things. I haven't been able to. I just poured a few beers that were they were IPAs from craft breweries that were bottled in 2018 in April. So those just got poured. I opened them, I smelled them, and I'm like, yeah, bye. And I'm trying not to. I'm trying like anything that's anything that might be able to survive. I try. And we had a few reviews yesterday where we popped the bottle and I poured it and I smelled it. I'm like, don't drink it. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, just don't drink it.
Yeah, I was like that for a while because there was a point in the time like I don't do his reviews as much anymore, but for the first little while since I moved back here, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna buy 2 of everything because I want to try one, save one for review. Then I ended up having this stockpile of beers that was just getting way too old to actually do a review for, and nobody to review them with. So it's just like,
Well, that
so
was
that
the
after a
thing.
while I stopped buying multiples.
I could review them, but I couldn't review them fast enough because it was just me.
Yeah,
And I mean that was the same thing, right? That brewery that Chris and
Syndaham or whatever.
yeah, Syndaham. They're like, you haven't posted your stuff yet. I go, yeah, it's recorded. I just haven't gotten it up yet because it was sitting on this phone for forever, basically.
Yeah.
Like I'm not fast on this stuff anymore. I just don't care. And oh my God, Greg's here. Good day,
I'm
Greg.
here. I'm here.
Oh,
How are
shit.
you?
Okay, I'm out. I'll be right back.
Ah, come on, Nick. You want to see my butt again?
That's a beautiful shirt, Greg.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to getting a pink one this year, and I wish you'd make some thongs with albino rhino on them for my wife.
Options asked us, what is the most surprising beer you've ever had? It completely threw off your expectations. That's a hard one.
Most surprising. I got an odd one from like way back in the day. This is like basically I wasn't even into craft beer, but when I tried this Ghost, I think it's called Ghost Town Stout or something, where I think they make it taste like absinthe or they add absinthe to it or something.
It's an absinthe beer from the Brasserie de Montreal.
Yeah, that was certainly a beer that certainly it wasn't a good experience, but it certainly took me for a ride.
You know what surprised me the most? The most surprising beer I ever had, and it's a stupid beer to say, Steam Whistle. And you know why Steam Whistle was the most surprising I ever had? Because I had so many Steam Whistles that I hated, and then I had it fresh off the line, and oh my God, was it good.
Yeah, now if you tried it with a purity seal, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a brand new beer.
And a lot of times you could get it the same day it was canned.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if they've changed the recipe or if there's just some sort of variation, but the latest few Steam Whistles, like for the last 3 months or so, they've been a little on the sweet side, and I don't know what's going on, if they've done some sort of recipe
purity seals not letting them age properly.
Yeah, I know. Like maybe that's what we need. We need a little bit of dirt in the beer to get
Nick,
it.
while you were gone, Options asked us what was the most surprising beer you've ever had.
The surprising beer I've ever had. Shit.
That would be a weird beer.
I mean, I've been drinking craft beer for 10 years, and I've been on YouTube for 8 of those. That's a lot to sort through. What's the most? I don't know. I think I was expecting to have my mind blown. You know what? I was expecting a good beer, but it wasn't. But I've had stuff from the brewery before. It wasn't that crazy for it. But the first time I ever had a Double Tempest, shout outs to Greg.
Yep.
Oh man, that was just like getting sexual favors. It's just like, damn, that is amongst the best beers I've ever had. Was it a 2014 bottle you brought that?
Yeah, that one was spectacular, and I was pretty surprised too, because when I had it fresh, like last time I had it about 6 months earlier when I first bought a bottle, it was very good. It was not that good. So that 6 months just.
Yeah, because that was just absolutely incredible, and I was expecting something good, but I wasn't expecting to have my mind blown. That's
still a great review where everyone just takes a sip and everyone just like silent, and Paul's just like that's not thin.
That's not. Yeah, what was it? We were all like, you said at the end of the review, it's like, I still got 4 bottles of this, and then Paul's like, yeah, we're all going over to your house and we're bathing in this.
That's right. That's right. I still think I have 1 bottle of that left. I believe I had it for my vertical this year, and that's it.
Oh. So speaking of beers, I'm surprised to get. This showed up here in New Brunswick. We got a fucking Omnipolo beer,
brewed in Ontario.
Yeah, well, I guess it would have to be, but yeah, I just still hearing everybody talk about Omnipolo, and I'm like, what? Holy shit!
Brunswick Beer Works. They do a lot of Evil Twin beers too, so I'm sure we'll start seeing some Evil Twin beers everywhere.
I've had a couple of Evil Twins.
Have you now, Nick?
You know what? They haven't.
Not Asian twins.
They haven't brewed anything by Drunken One.
Hell no. They know better. I kicked their ass.
I've had Sour Crush Stout from Evil Twin. I've had Imperial Donut Break.
Hey, Drunken One, what's your favorite Texas brewery?
I'll be right back.
Probably Carbach.
Oh, okay. I've had some of their stuff.
Fairly local. Yeah, they've got Art Car IPA. No, I take it back. That's St. Arnold's. Yeah, St. Arnold's or Carbach, either one. Both pretty good breweries.
This
Yo,
is going to be sad for everybody. We're going to keep talking, but sadly, we are going to go offline. I'll post the join link if any of you want to join. So here it comes right now into the chat
Chris
window.
Peters murdered those women.
Chris Peters,
Yeah.
you have? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, but forever you've said that.
We're all
Forever.
gonna pull out our cocks and have a sword fight.
Whoa.
Hey, Greg.
Let's-
Hey, Greg.